Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. We are discussing 15 different questions of 15 topics of general aptitude for the GATE 2023 exam, and today's topic is permutation and combination. Again, a very important topic for the quantitative section for GATE examination. It has been asked many times in the past. Many different types of questions are possible from this topic, and that is why today, instead of one, we will be discussing two questions of this topic. Let's start. The first question is, a 7-digit number comprises of only 2's and 3's. How many of these are multiples of 12? Now this is the type in your answer type of question. That means no options have been given. Whatever answer you get, you need to write it down in the examination, right? So no guesses. Pause the video, try to solve the question, and then you can play and cross check it with the solution. What do we have? We have a 7-digit number which comprises of only 2's and 3's, and we want to find out how many of these are multiples of 12. How many of these are multiples of 12? So this is connected to number system topic. You need to know the divisibility rule of 12, right? Divisibility rule of 12 means you should know the divisibility rules of 3 and 4, because a number is divisible by 12 when it is divisible by both 3 as well as 4. So I think 3 and 4 divisibility rules all of us would be knowing. We learnt it long time back in our school days. For a number to be divisible by 3, the sum of all digits need to be divisible by 3, right? Sum of the digits. And for a number to be divisible by 4, the last two digits. We look at the last two digits. Whatever number comprises the last two digits, that needs to be divisible by 4. And for a number to be divisible by 12 or to be a multiple of 12, it needs to be divisible by both 3 and 4. Not either, both 3 and 4. What do we have? We have a 7-digit number that comprises of only 2 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, right? 7-digit number. If I look at the divisibility rule of 4, I know that the last two digits need to be divisible by 4. Now, if I think about combinations of 2 and 3, we can have 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3 and 3, 2. That's only possible. Okay. Out of these numbers, only 3, 2 is divisible by 4. 2, 2 is not, 3, 3 is not, and 2, 3 is not, right? So, at least the last two digits are fixed. It has to be 3 and 2. The last two digits has to be 3 and 2 for the number to be divisible by 4, right? And after that, we can look at the divisibility of 3. So, now what do I have? I have 5 positions in this number. 5 positions in this number, and they all need to be filled with 2 and 3's, right? So let's see the first case. If I look at case number 1, if I look at all the 2's, right? So it is going to be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 and then a 3, 2. So if I add all of this up, what do I get? 2 into 5, 10 plus 3 plus 2, 15. So this is definitely divisible by 3. Definitely divisible by 3. So this is a possibility. This is a possibility. Since we are taking only 2's, let's first write down the different cases that are possible. So this is case 1. Case 2. Let's look at case 2. Case 2 is if I introduce a 3 here, right? And these two are going to give me a sum of 5. So let me just write 5 there for now. What do I have? I have 8 plus 3, 11 plus 5, 16. So this is not going to be divisible. Are you getting what I am doing? I am adding up the digits here because we have already satisfied the condition of divisibility by 4, taking the last two digits as 32. Nothing else is possible. Now we are moving on to the divisibility of 3. What is the divisibility of 3? The sum of all digits has to be divisible by 3. So the first case possible is all of them are filled by 2. So in that case, the sum is coming out to be 15, which is divisible by 3. So that's good to go. The next case is I am introducing a 3 here. So in that case, if I add all of this up, my sum is coming out to be 16, which is not divisible by 3. So this case is not possible. We move on to the next case. Next case, I am going to introduce, let's say 2 3's. So in that case, it's a 6 plus 9 plus 3, 12 plus a 5, 17. Again, not possible. Case 4. 2, 2, and then 3, 3, and 3 plus 5. Essentially, I'm adding on 1 because the 2 is getting replaced by 3. So that's also one way to look at it. We'll start with 15, 16, then 17, and I'm going to get a 18 here, right? So this is going to be a 9 plus 4, which is nothing but a 13 plus 5, 18. So this is also going to be divisible by 3. Clear? Next case is going to give me a sum of 19. So 2, 3, 3, 3 and 3. You can see 12 plus 4 is 12 plus 2 is a 14 plus 5 is 19. Will not be possible. And finally, we will be having all 3's, and that's going to give me a 20, which is again not divisible by 3, right? So 15, 3 into 5, 15 plus 5, 20, not divisible. So out of all the cases that are possible, not possible exactly, out of all the ways by which we can fill the first 5 digits of this number, only 2 cases are possible. Case 1, where all of the digits are filled with 2, and case 4, where we have 2 2's and 3 3's. Clear? So now let us look at how many different ways by which we can arrange this, similar to the probability question that we discussed in the last video. So if I look at case 1, there is only one way possible because it's all 2, so the number is going to be this itself, only one way possible. But if I look at case number 4, we have 3 3's and 2 2's, right? So we have a number of different possibilities. We can have 2 2. This is one possibility. Then we can have something like the last 2 digits remain fixed, but the remaining 5 can arrange among themselves, right? So what are the different ways by which it can arrange among themselves? 3 3's are there, 2 2's are there, 5 factorial upon 2 factorial into 3 factorial. 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 3 factorial. Clear? So simplifying 5 into 4 by, this is going to be a 2, so a 10. So there are 10 ways that are possible. So total 1 plus this 10, that is 11 numbers are possible. So final answer is going to be 11 ways, or 11 numbers are possible. Is it clear? So we need to find out a 7-digit number comprising of only 2's and 3's, which are multiples of 12, right? So multiples of 12 means you have to be divisible by both 3 and 4. For 4, the last 2 digits need to be divisible by 4. So out of 2, 3 combinations, only one is possible. That is, the last 2 digits are 3, 2. Only then this number can be divisible by 4, right? So we fixate that, and then we work with the remaining digits such that the total sum is divisible by 3. Only in that case is it going to be divisible by both 3 and 4, and then thereafter divisible by 12, right? So for 3, we write down all the various ways by which these 5 digits can be filled using 2's and 3's only. So only 2, only 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, and so on. What are the possibilities? And then out of that, in which instances is the sum coming out to be divisible by 3? So this question was a combination of your number system and permutation and combination. Let's look at the next question. So again, we have a question of permutation and combination that talks about numbers. How many odd integers from 1000 to 8000 have none of its digits repeated? Again, a NAT question. So no options, no guessing. Pause the video and try to attempt the question. We want to find out odd integers between 1000 to 8000 such that none of its digits are repeated. So 3 conditions. Odd, the number should be odd. It should be between 1000 to 8000, and none of the digits should be repeated. Okay. So give it a try and only then play the video to cross check the solution. So we essentially start off by looking at it as a 4-digit number, where each of these positions can be taken up by specific digits. So the first condition given to us is that it has to be an odd integer. That means the units place can be either 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9, right? 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. Only then is it going to be an odd number. And also we know that it is a number line from 1000 to 8000. So this cannot be 8 and 9. It has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? It can't be 8 because 8,000 is the last number that we take. If I take 8,001 means it becomes greater than 8,000. So this is it. So the thousands place can be filled in these 7 ways and the units place can be filled in these 5 ways. That is the restriction that we have. And then we need to find out the number of possibilities such that none of the digits are repeated. So let us look at the first instance. If I want to take the thousands place as 1, suppose the thousands place is 1. So in that case, the units place cannot be 1 again because the digits can't be repeated. So the units place can't be 1, but it can be any of the remaining 4. So this can be filled in 4 ways. Now if I look at the tens place, we have already taken 1 and we have taken 1 number from here. How many digits are there? 0 to 9, there are 10 digits. Out of these 10 digits, 2 digits are gone. So remaining is 8. And then the hundreds place can be filled in 7 ways because digits cannot be repeated. So total number of ways is nothing but 7 into 8 into 4. Similarly, if I look at, let's say 1, 2, 3 and 4, the thousands place can be filled with 2. We look at 2 now. So if thousands place is filled with 2, then this units place can be filled in any of these 5. Any of these 5. So number of ways is going to be 5 in this case. Again, 2 digits are gone. So for tens, 8 option and for hundreds, 7 option. So this is going to be 7 into 8 into 5. So now again we look at the third possibility. Third possibility is that the thousands place is going to start with a 3. Suppose the thousands place is 3. So if thousands place is 3 means again the units place can be any of these 4 and then because 3 can't be, so 1, 5, 7, 9 and then the rest of the digits can be filled in 8 ways and 7 ways, right? So this is again going to be a 7 into 8 into 4. Next case is going to be the thousands place is a 4. So in that case this can be filled in any of the 5 ways and again this is going to be a 8 into 7 and the 7 into 8 into 5, right? So either you can go ahead and keep considering the thousands place to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on, or you can observe a pattern here. What is the pattern that you can see? Is there any pattern you can see? That if my thousands place is 1, 3, 5, 7, that means it's odd, then what is happening? My units place can be filled in 4 ways. And if my thousands place is even, then in that case my units can be filled in 5 ways. So I can generalize this. So if I generalize this, what are we going to get? The first case, my thousands place. If I consider my thousands place to be filled with odd numbers. So what are the odd numbers that we can consider? We can consider 1, 3, 5, 7. Can we consider 9? Can we consider 9? Can thousands place be 9? No. Why? Because we want to consider numbers in the range of 1000 to 8000 only. We can't take the thousands place to be 9. So it can be filled in these 4 ways. It can be filled in these 4 ways, 4 cases rather. So we are going to get 7 into 8 into 4 for 4 cases. Similarly, if I look at the next case, that is the thousands place is even. Even means what all can it take? Can it be 0? Can it be 0? No. Can it be 2, 4, 6? Can it be 8? Can we take it to be 8? No. So there are only 3 places, 3 cases possible. Why can't we take 8? Again, because the numbers need to be between 1000 to 8000. The minute you take 8 means you're going beyond 8000, 8001. That's greater than 8000 won't work. So the number of cases is 7, 3. So we take 7 into 8 into 5 into 3. So that's all. Now you just have to add these 2 cases up. So this is going to be 32 into 4 means 128 into 7, right? So 128 into 7, 896, and this is going to be a 40, 120, 840. If I add this up, I get 1736. So the final answer is going to be 1736. So how many odd integers between 1000 to 8000 which have none of its digits repeated? 1736 odd integers. Is it clear? So we need to satisfy all the 3 conditions that have been given to us. It has to be an odd integer, that means a restriction on the units place. It has to be between 1000 to 8000, so restriction on the thousands place. And then finally, where does the concept of permutation combination come in? Where we need to find out that none of the digits are repeated. Clear? So here is the practice question for you. There are 8 different locks with exactly 1 key for each lock. All the keys have been mixed up. What is the maximum number of trials required in order to determine which key belongs to which lock if the keys are inserted in the locks one after the other? And the options are 24, 32, 36 and 28. Okay, so a very interesting question. Give it a try and leave your answers in the comment section below. If you have any doubts related to the questions that we discussed of permutation combination, don't hesitate to ask me in the comment section below and I will definitely get back to you. I hope you're finding these videos helpful. Thank you so much for watching. All the best.